I'm Worm. Welcome to Worm Studio. One of my best friends asked me to give her old yellowed phone case a makeover and gave me full creative freedom to do whatever I wanted. So let's get started. I began by roughing up the surface of the case with 2 different grits of sandpaper to give the paint something to grip onto. Then I washed all the dust and dirt off with some warm soapy water. Now the case was prepared, but I had no idea what I wanted to paint on it, so I got my sketchbook out and started brainstorming some ideas. This friend of mine really likes turtles and mushrooms, so I thought that would be perfect. I doodled some standalone turtles, thought of making the whole case the shell, and came to the conclusion that I want both turtles and mushrooms. I went back and forth between having the turtle on land or in water, but settled on the land one because I figured having mushrooms underwater didn't make a whole lot of sense. So then I just got right into painting. I didn't really know what paints to use for a project like this, but I went with my Arteza gouaches since they'd be easy to wash off if I made a mistake. After getting the sky down, which took a couple of passes to get at least somewhat opaque, I sketched the turtle and mushrooms on top with a pencil. I wanted this whole design to have a bit more of a fantasy world vibe, so I used pretty vibrant colors, and I mean, the turtle is pink. And no matter how hard I try not to, I always go back to my water brushes. Gouaches aren't exactly the best for layering on top of each other a whole lot, so the turtle and the mushrooms needed quite a few coats to be nice and bright. With the main colors down, I started to outline everything in black. I wanted to give it somewhat of a tattoo type style with dark shading and really bright highlights. So for example, I didn't shade red with a darker red, but just straight up black and gave it a lot of texture. And to contrast that really bold shading, I used pure white for most of the highlights, except for the little grass details. Those I mixed with a bit of green. I didn't really know how to do the edges of the case without everything flaking off or rubbing off when holding it and pressing the buttons, so I framed the design with black and left out the bumps for the buttons. I was gonna call it finished, but I felt like something was missing. That's when I decided to add in a bunch of fluffy clouds to make the sky a bit more interesting. Knowing that the gouaches will come off when handling the phone, I had the oh-so-brilliant idea to use this dispersionsbinder that I had left over from art school to protect the paint a little. I forgot to hit record, but I went over the top quarter and everything started to blend and blur together. So I ended up repainting the whole top part, as you can see here. It looks a little splotchy. I think I did alright for trying to fix what I could without destroying what was left. And now it's complete. My friend really liked the outcome and we're going to spray it with varnish to keep the paint from rubbing off. If you enjoyed hanging out and painting with me, then I'd appreciate it if you considered subscribing. Thank you so much for watching.